I'm here with Joe Maddalena. We're talking about the Hollywood auction number 40, and he's standing next to a very recognizable character from science fiction
Yeah,
film
right.
Predator. So he's going to tell us about the upcoming auction.
Okay, so this time we have a 3-day auction, June 10th, 11th, and 12th. And, it's been 8 months since we've had our last Hollywood memorabilia sale. We've had some other sales in between, but it's been a while. And we really tried this time to find the best of the best. I tried to make this sale really 1,553 items that everybody would want. You don't necessarily have to like autographs or costume designs or photography, but you can at least appreciate that they're just phenomenal. The King Kong selection we have is the best in the world. Some amazing artifacts from Ray Harryhausen, great things from Tim Burton. It's just a diverse sale covering every genre, concluding with the best Star Trek collection in the world. So it's just an amazing opportunity for people to, that collect this stuff to see it, bid on it, and enjoy it.
So, starting with the front end of the catalog, you have your traditional photographs, autographs, things
This
like
this
that.
this sale is a little bit different because it's weighted more in autographs this time. We have Larry Rafferty's jazz collection. Larry was the world's leading collector of jazz autographs for 40 years. So we're selling his collection off over 2 or 3 years. So this is the first installment of it. Then we go into another client of mine who built the most important signed photograph collection in the last 20 years, and we're selling off a portion of his collection. Signed photos of Marilyn Monroe, a James Dean inscribed to Edna Ferber, just incredible, signed photography. And then we have a small section of great glamour photography, original camera negatives of Rita Hayworth, great horror photos, original King Kong photos and negatives. And then we end day one with the Lou Bunnin, Alice in Wonderland, stop motion armature puppets and all of the Lou Bunnin collection. We start day two with Kong, with the most important production artwork in the world from Orville Golden's collection, the only screen-used King Kong airplane. And the catalog starts rolling from there. Day two is really all the props, all the costumes, all the really significant motion picture and TV stuff. And this sale, we haven't had great TV in a while, but this sale we have Tonto, we have the Long Ranger, we have great Lost in Space. The pod is phenomenal. The rifle, we have just really sensational TV stuff for a change. It's really hard to find, harder than motion picture. So that should be very popular this time. Even Battlestar Galactica, pretty diverse range. And then day three is just Star Trek. Because we were lucky to get a core collection, we just have the best of Star Trek. I mean, phasers, communicators, tricorders, just their minds are blown how cool the Star Trek is this time.
Yeah, I mean, the Star Trek, even comparing to Christie's, which obviously had a lot more stuff back in, I think it was 2007, but you have all the really working hero hand props, which we don't
Yeah,
really see a lot
you
of
don't see it. And
until
this
now.
stuff is so, I mean, I've had season collectors come in and just go, oh my God, because this is it. There's no more stashes. If you like Star Trek, this is the sale to step up in because there are 13 tricorders. I mean, and they're all heroes, and these are the best of the best, and the illuminating, and they're just phenomenal. The Star Trek, and then we have Baylock. I mean, from the original series. I mean, one of the most iconic images in Star Trek lore. We have the Baylock head, so it's pretty cool. So right from TOS right to the end, we have pretty much everything significant in a hand prop.
Yeah, and then you've gotten a lot of mainstream media press as you usually do. What seems to have attracted more, what pieces are more interesting to them that they've really been
Well, the
excited
media,
about?
it's the Marilyn Monroe dress. I mean, the Johnny Depp, Edward Scissorhands, because they're looking for things that have wide cultural appeal. The I Dream of Genie bottle, super popular. So it's, maybe a handful of things that they kind of go after. We're going to be re-releasing a new press release because we have the Marilyn Monroe test footprints. Many celebrities were nervous about putting their hands and feet in concrete and would go to Grumman's beforehand and do a test just to make sure they could write and just feel comfortable with the process. Well, Marilyn Monroe did this, and we actually have the actual test here that the person that accompanied her took home and had it for all these years. So that's really cool. When you think about what it is. The stop motion stuff we have in the sales off the charts. Ray Harryhausen, Earth versus the Flying Saucer. We have the 15-foot wooden flying saucer that crashes into the House of Representatives, made by Harryhausen's father for Ray to use in the movie, given to Forey Ackerman, sold in this auction. So there's really just a really amazing, diverse group of things, like our Predator that's standing here. This is a 6'7" screen-used Predator from Predator 2. I mean, the face is fully articulated. I mean, it moves in probably 50 or 60 different poses. I mean, no one's ever seen one of these before offered for sale. So it's a really cool, interesting group.
Now with so many lots, there's 1,500, right?
Yep.
Do you think there's any kind of sleeper piece that you think is really cool that maybe doesn't get the mainstream media attention? And
oh yeah, there's lots of sleeper pieces. When you have a sale this big, there are going to be things that fall through the cracks. There'll be Star Trek stuff that you might pick up. Gee, why that sold for $10,000? I just got one for $2,000. Right. It's just the nature of collecting. You know, I would just pick your spots and just be like, don't get discouraged because 5 things that you want sell for a lot. Like the Mary Poppins bag, which you were kind enough to help us get. You know, which has been one of the most popular things in this auction. We've gotten tremendous amounts of publicity. That might go for a fortune because it's so unique and there's such a following behind that. So maybe you won't get that. But there's other things that are so cool that you might pick up something for $1,000. That's great. I mean, we got Kato's hat from the Green Hornet. You know, there are such great 50s and 60s and 30s, you know, motion picture and television, and there's so many opportunities. I always tell people, pick 50 things. Even if your goal is to buy 2, be on the phone. We don't care. And pick your spots, because you might have said to yourself, $800, I would have bought that. People do that. I do that. People do it all after the fact. But don't, you know, in a sale this big, pick a lot of things, and then be prepared and say, well, gee, I didn't get that for $2,000, but I got that for $600, I'm happy. And that's the advice I give collectors, because there will be things that sell for a lot and there will be things that sell for a little, and it never makes any sense, because one sale, something might be super hot, the next sale it might not be. You know, it's because 3 collectors got satisfied, they have what they wanted, a 4th one comes up, it doesn't do as well. Doesn't mean there's anything wrong with it. It means the 3 other serious collectors got one. Don't be stupid and not buy it because it's a quarter of the price. Jump in because it might be the last one. And that's, sometimes collectors have to understand that.